What's up, guys? So today's video, we're gonna review my Fargo, aka Junior Nationals placement match. Some of it call the round of 12, some people don't, whatever, but this is the match that I won in order to become a Fargo All-American in freestyle in 2017. This was probably my biggest accomplishment up until the point that I won my first NAI national title. If you guys don't know, Fargo, aka Junior Nationals, is by far the most prestigious wrestling tournament besides maybe Super 32 or the Junior World Team or Cadet World Team Trials. Junior Nationals is huge. Hundreds of people in every person's bracket. My bracket probably had, I don't know, you can look it up, probably close to like 90 to 100 people in it. Heavyweights tend to have a little bit less than the lighter weights, but about 90 to 100 people. I was facing Spencer Trenary, who I believe was a 3-time Iowa State champ. You can fact check me. Who also went on to win a Fargo national title the next year after he lost to me here in the round of 12 and Wrestle Division 1. So this was a pretty huge win. Again, I'm beating a 3-time Iowa State champion, which if you don't know is a really amazing state, and a Fargo national champion. The guy was also a cadet national champion. I mean, he was already a national champion before this match, so this was my first time beating a national champ in my career, and this was at Fargo. So we're going to review it, my Fargo All-American match. All right, play. So I knew this guy was really big, so I was just like, I gotta keep on his wrist. I gotta keep his head moving. I would say I was probably 2 months out from wrestling in college here, so I mean I was pretty mature. Guy standing tall, boom, we hit that inside reach to a snatch single. Notice how I pause. Notice how I always talk about don't go to a body lock, right? Obviously there's exceptions, there's not like a hard rule here, but notice when you see me hit this inside reach to the snatch single, I don't just go straight 2 hands to the side body. I shoot my single, I keep my angle, and I keep my left hand inside of his leg, and then I climb up to the hip to secure that body lock and that go behind. The reason that I don't jump both hands to the hip and like that side body lock and instead keep the single leg and then reach for like kind of a dump position is because this guy had longer legs and he's big, so his chances of doing like a wizard kick or an Uchimata or Harai Goshi were super high, especially because he was much bigger than I was. So a good tip for you guys watching this is if someone forces you in a position where you have one hip or one hand on their hip, never bring 2 hands to that side unless you've been taught by an amazing coach how to actually play from that side body lock position, because it's super nuanced. Anyways, go. We're on top here. I'm trying to turn. If you guys don't know, it's 2 points every time you hit a turn in freestyle. If you get more than 10 points, it's a tech. Stepping over. They're probably going to call it dead. Alright, they call it dead. If you can't turn after a couple seconds, they're going to raise you up, for my jiu-jitsu fans who don't know. Back in neutral, again, the guy might not look as athletic or whatever, but man, the guy is good. He's really good. He got some Iowa sideburns. So I'm going to work off this 2-on-1 Russian tie. When I was a kid, this was my game. Got my underhook, trying to look for head position. Constantly moving here. Boom, nice elbow pass. I'm moving my hands really well in this compared to my old high school matches. 4 years makes a difference. Go Russian tie, he's reaching up, so I boom, yep. I shoot on that leg, pause. So I don't finish this takedown, but you notice if you get a Russian tie on someone and they reach for your head, you should shoot. Whether you post, whether you swing like I do here, whether you pull and shoot the high C, whatever, don't think about it. Hit a shot. You know, for me, I got that Russian tie. He started to hang on my head. Some guys will go big hip toss, which is fun, but I was trying to go more fundamental. He was hanging on my head. There was a ton of space. He wasn't protecting his leg, so I shoot a hard sweep single. Unfortunately, I don't finish it. The guy has good hips, but it was a pretty good entry. I just had to tighten up my finish. Play. Bring it up. Again, he's pulling me up, but it's good. I don't force it. Don't force to get an underhook. Then I clear out. Alright. It's calls back. So notice I don't force the takedown. If I force the takedown, I risk more than I can be rewarded, right? If I force a takedown and this guy counters me, he gives himself, let me see, like, I mean, he gives himself the option to get 4 points, right? If I happen to finish the takedown, I might get 2. Anyways, we're going again. Boom, I'm faking. I really should have done more of that, but I wasn't doing it very good. But I'm doing good pulling. I'm switching. I like this Russian tie in this match. It's such a great, against taller, stronger opponents, a 2-on-1 Russian tie is amazing. He's reaching a lot. I can see this feel. That left leg is open all day, meaning that my right leg shot here. Circling in, trying to make sure I don't give up a point. Yep, pressure, big snaps. You can see I'm starting to try to set up my ankle pick. At this time, I'm not as good at the ankle pick as I am now, but you know, I'm learning. I'm getting used to it. Again, back to that Russian tie. I was really favoring that. He tried to get his own Russian to me. Looks like I'm going to go. He's pushing, pushing, pushing. Whip by here. Boom. I get my point. So if you guys don't know. Oh, he got a point? What the heck? Okay, so I guess he got a step out point. I personally think I should have got the point, but whatever. Boom. Shoot that over tie pop to a low single. Step over. Nice. I got his leg trapped. When I get a leg trap here, yes, I'm always going to go for this lace. So that's 2 points. Keeping that leg trap, knee drives. Another 2 points. Leg trap, knee drive. Boom. And another 2 points. That's a 6-point move. I'm up 10-1. I only need 2 more points to tech this guy. Be honest with you guys, I don't tech him. I get tired in this match. I will say that was my flaw. You know, when I was in high school, my conditioning was not up to par. Much better technically than this guy, but my conditioning does kind of show to be bad towards the end. But, you know, it's okay. There's about 15 seconds left in the first period. He's getting a big underhook here. He's pushing me. Boom. I clear the underhook. He gets it back. Circling, circling. My foot's out of bounds. And boom, I whip him over again. Let's see. They're probably going to give him a point. I feel like that was a point for him. Yeah. And okay. Yep, that was a point for him. Again, that one made way more sense than the last time. His foot was in bounds. Mine wasn't. So, all right, I'm moving. Fast feet. Snapping. Oh, little big snap, push and snap, push and snap. That's the rule, guys. Push and snap. You notice I'm doing that a lot. I extend the collar tie, I snap. I extend the collar tie, I snap. Back to that 2-on-1. I was really favoring this 2-on-1 in this match. Moving, pushing into him. Oh, he's pushing into me. All right. Boom. I gave up 4. Guys, I don't know. I was kind of panicking here. Realistically, guys, if you're on the edge, again, freestyle, you might as well just let yourself give up 1. Don't give up 4. I should have teched this kid, but again, dumb little mistakes that I made when I was in high school that I honestly would not make now. I would have given up that 1. I'm not saying I'm perfect now. I'm not. But I for sure would have given up that 1 versus 4. We're back in this tie, ear to ear. Sliding in. He's really looking for his underhooks. I'm trying to keep my elbows tight. You notice that my right elbow is back. Every time he slides in, I'm trying to push out and swing that arm out. Here again, he's pushing into me. He's pushing in hard on the edge. I get into that Merkle position, and then I attack the near hamstring like Kyle Snyder. All right, can't do it, so I start to pull him back, and then I chase the corner. Again, I would like to chase that near hamstring, but in mid-match, you know, sometimes you're going to reach to the hip. I would prefer not to, but sometimes it's just going to happen. We get called back up. I look at the scoreboard. I'm dead at this point, guys. It's 12-6. I'm dying. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm dying. Again, goes back to that Russian tie. I'm just trying to, at this point, guys, I can feel it. I'm just trying to hand fight and stay away from getting shot. Boom! I shoot the shot. Quad pod up. Pause. So this is a great point that you guys should all remember. Anytime you shoot, especially if this is a pure wrestling match, in jiu-jitsu it's a little bit more nuanced, but anytime I shoot a shot and I fail, I need to get off my knees. Okay, you need to get off your knees, you need to get in a quad pod, you need to look to attack the leg. He tries to force that chest wrap, I guess, and yeah, he just gets put on his butt. Again, notice that little Merkle. Anytime that a guy will start to force something on me, upper body especially, I'm going to try to weave my hand, my outside hand, in between his legs. He resets this. There's about a minute left. I'm tired as balls, but I shoot a shot because my coach is saying, shoot, try to score, try to score. You can see Dean in the corner over there. I am exhausted. I try to go off to a Russian double. He pulls me up. I'm like, bump this. I am going to stall. He's putting the pressure in on me. The dude, he's a big guy, man. I'm doing my best here, but he's pushing in. I'm just like 40 seconds left. I know the time is running down. Pushing. I'm like, bump it. And he's not. Yeah, you see, I look at this score clock. You can see me with my hands on my side. I'm like, oh man, coach, I ain't got no more left in me. I was like, he got scored 7 more points to beat me in 34 seconds. I was like, he ain't scoring 7 points in 34 seconds. I don't really know what happened here. I guess my fingers were getting wrapped, but skipping forward. All right, we start wrestling again. 32 seconds left. Man, at this point, I'm just trying to survive. Stay in my stance, keep head position. He gets big underhooks. I'm just like, nope, I'm giving up my one. I learned my lesson from earlier. I gave up my one. Sometimes, sounds horrible, guys, but sometimes you got to learn how to win. It's the 20 seconds left. You coach, if you come to a college room, you've learned it. You're like, you got to know when to win. You got to know how to win. This guy's looking for a throw. It's all he can get to win, so I'm just like, bump it. I'm belling out. Literally no resistance here, really. I just bell out. It's 10-14. 5 seconds left again. Same thing. I'm like, 2 seconds left. I'm like, bell. Who cares? Just bell. All right. I end up winning 14-10. And that's the match. So guys, reason I show this match is because this is, I know I kind of look crappy at the end, but so here we'll start with the bad. So the bad thing about me when I was in high school, especially you can see this, and this was a couple months before I went to college, my conditioning wasn't great. It was pretty good, but I still based a lot of my game off of mostly pure athleticism versus, you know, being in great shape and still being extremely technical everywhere and understanding how to pace myself. Me now, if I would have re-wrestled this match, I probably would have ended up taking this guy in the first period because I would have played the game a lot smarter. I would have gave up 1 where I gave up 4. And I would have scored 4 where maybe I only gotten 2. And there was just a lot of positions where I was a little bit lazier than I should have been. And me now would have really chased for that tech fall here. I would have continued to hit into those low singles because the guy was tall. And I would have worried less about trying to shoot that sweep and again more about shooting those low singles because his legs were so big. I mean, it was literally like an open lane. You know, my body was the train and his legs were the train station. I should have been able to go straight through those things, but I was young and dumb, you know, as they say, young and dumb, right? And I didn't. Some really good things is my hand fighting at this point. I had been training at Lindsey Wilson for a couple of months now, up to the point of Fargo, which was my college, and my hand fighting had gotten pretty good. And I could tell if you watch my state finals video versus this one, those are 2 years apart. My hand fighting is just way better. I look like a college wrestler now. I become a Fargo All-American. I become like one of like 5 or 6 guys in the state of Kentucky to ever do it. And I'm pretty proud of this. Like, this is one of the coolest accomplishments I ever had in high school. It was making that state finals and then become a Fargo All-American. This was my second time becoming a Fargo All-American, although this was the first time I became a Fargo All-American in freestyle and the first time I ever beat a national champ. Like I said, this guy becomes a 2-time Fargo national champ, but he was a cadet Fargo champ the year before this, and then he ends up becoming the junior champ the next year, which is my first year in college. But that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to learn more, go to BrandonReed3x.com to check out my instructionals or check out the links below. Thanks, guys.